I just did 100K on TikTok, and now I'm gonna teach you how to do the same. I have obsessed over TikTok over the last 2 years, and through my own journey, have learned basically all the little secret tips and tricks of how you actually go viral that I'm not seeing anyone else actually talk about. So I'm gonna share with you all of those, as well as a step-by-step formula, how y'all can grow from 0 to 100K yourself. So these are some of the questions that are probably swirling around in your head that I'm gonna help you answer. Number one is, I have no idea what I should start posting. What kind of content should I even make? Number two is, okay, I think I have an idea of what kind of content I want to post. How do I actually make good videos? And then lastly, the thing that no one talks about that's so critical that I see amongst all of the most successful creators is how do you have a winning mindset and actually have like the mental fortitude to get through the social media journey and go from 0 to 10K to 50K and then all the way to 100K and then hopefully eventually millions of followers. But first, we do need to celebrate with an ice cream cake. So how do you figure out what kind of content you want to post? So it's actually really easy to figure this out if you do the exercise that I did, which is I drew a Venn diagram of the things that I was really passionate about, as well as what I was really good at. And so for me, I am a total business nerd. So I was an investment banker, I went to business school. Basically, I am like a business geek. So that's what I'm good at. And then when I asked myself, what am I actually passionate about? Well, that's working with entrepreneurs and content creators. Like I grew up watching YouTube and Twitch and being just like an online nerd. And so the confluence of those two things was my Venn diagram where I realized the kind of content that I wanted to create was really around empowering entrepreneurs and content creators online of how they can build their business. And that's how I found what people call their content niche. So it's really important that you find something that not only do you absolutely love talking about, because if you don't actually like it, you're gonna totally burn out, but number two, something you're also really good at. And when you combine those two things, that little special defined skill set is what you're gonna be better at than basically 99% of the market. Ooh, this is gonna be good. So now that you figured out what kind of content you wanna make, now I need to teach you how to actually make really good videos that actually go viral. And these are all the little tactical tips and tricks that I want you to hone in on that is gonna make it really fun for you. And then also make sure that your videos do really well. So the first thing you need to figure out is your content style. And basically what I mean by that is like, how are you actually gonna show up in your content? Do you wanna have third person shots? Do you wanna do talking head like I do? Do you wanna start vlogging? Whatever that is, I'm gonna teach you actually how to figure out that content style with another really fun, quick exercise, which I'm just awkwardly holding this knife in my hands. I promise you I'm gonna cut this cake. I really want some. So the exercise is, I want you to pick your 3 favorite creators. And so to use me as an example, in terms of how I found my style, I really love Casey Neistat's vlog style, as well as how Alex Hormozi and MKBHD show up in their talking head style. And so when I wanted to figure out what my videos looked like and the vibe of that content, I actually just took the best of both worlds. And I learned from these successful creators and what they did, aka learn from the very best, which kind of is reminiscent of that one quote, which is, the best artists steal. And then take that and repurpose it and put your own spin on it. So now that you know which creators you like, now we have to get in the nitty gritty and actually start doing things. So AKA, you need to get out of your head, stop being so worried. This is what you're gonna do. I want you to think of 5 different video ideas. I want all these different videos to be different in some way. So maybe you're talking about a certain topic in one video and you decide to switch up a different topic still within your same niche and expertise in that second video, and maybe some other videos, you're not doing talking head, maybe you're doing third person vlog. Whatever that calls to you, I just want you to write down 5 different video ideas, maybe script them out a little bit, and then we're just gonna make them. And in terms of making a video, I don't want you to get so stuck up in your head. I talk to new creators all the time. You're like, how do I make a video? All you have to do, you just need this little phone thing. That's all you need. You turn on your camera, you press record, and then you just start filming. It's truly that simple. And I promise you, you're probably overcomplicating it in your head, where even this video here, we just got a camera set up and I'm just talking to a camera. So now that you've gotten out of your head and you've actually made these videos, what's gonna be really cool here is the next step is you're gonna post these and start to really learn how to make really viral videos. And the reason why is because of these 5 videos, my bet is that 2 or 3 of them honestly are probably gonna flop. And that is okay, that's part of the process, that's your learning process. But the cool part is that at least one of those videos is actually gonna do pretty well because you've thought about all these different video ideas. And this is the point that's really important for being a successful creator, which is you need to start thinking about pattern recognition, which is just a fancy term or way of me saying, one of these videos is gonna do pretty well, and I want you to ask yourself, what about that video led it to doing well? Maybe it was the topic you covered in your video, maybe it was the hook in the first 2 seconds of that video, maybe it was the way that you shot it, or broadly the music you used. I want you to start teasing out these patterns, and this is what makes a successful creator, is their ability to double down on that pattern and get even better at it over time. So when I first started posting, I honestly had no idea what was gonna work. I had 0 followers. I was really insecure about, oh, I wanna post all this. So I totally get where you're coming from. But what I did was I started posting talking head content and then iterating through that. And then what I found really worked for me and my audience was over time, my vlogs about starting a company and working with creators started doing really, really well. And so lo and behold, how did I grow my following from 0 to 100K and build a really engaged audience and also make content that I really enjoy making? Was I just started doubling down on vlogs and really listening to my audience in terms of what they actually wanted to see, which will show up in your numbers and your views. Finally get to take my first bite.
Oh, damn, this is good.
And guys, truly, the process for going from 0 to 100K, once you figure out your video style and what sorts of videos start working for you, it is truly just a function of executing and doing this every single day and not quitting. And I promise you, you will grow in even a couple of months' time from 0 to 100K once you find that creator market fit. Pro tips to you around to get you there even faster. Tip number 1, the first 2 seconds of your video are the most important. These are called your hooks, aka you need to have a great visual hook with some sort of movement or great scenery, as well as an awesome audio hook to actually convince me to watch your video. Tip number 2, the quality of your audios and visuals are really important. Just listen to this guy versus listen to me.
Final tip.
The best content solves some sort of problem for your audience. It gives them value. So whether that's entertaining them, answering a question that they're going through, or just helping them feel seen, your content needs to serve other people. But none of these tips, guys, are as important as the last critical step, which is having the right mindset to actually crush it as a creator. So all of y'all know Emma Chamberlain and Mr. Beast, but what you probably don't know is that both of these creators, despite being the biggest creators out there today, posted for literally years without being discovered. It took Mr. Beast 5 years from posting from 2012 to 2017 consistently to get his first ever viral video. So right now, you're probably in your head thinking, what will my friends think about me if I post content? Or what if my videos flop? I'm here to tell you that as part of your journey as a creator, you will flop. And so the best advice I got from a really successful creator when I was going through my own flop era is that they were like, John, you need to reframe this era of flopping and realize that it's actually an era of learning. Because how can you possibly make consistently great content without actually learning the nuts and bolts and pieces that come from hard work over time? I mean, I just think about when I first started posting on TikTok back in early 2020, I was in grad school and business school with a bunch of hardos. And honestly, they would make fun of me all the time for posting on TikTok because they thought it was some dancing kids app. But rather than let that get to my head, I just kept my head down, kept trying to figure out how to make great content. And I've gotten to build this brand and platform that I have today. Oh wait, there's something inside the cake. What does that say? So to summarize, going from 0 to 100K followers is actually really straightforward. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to execute. And so what that means is I want you to figure out what is the intersection of what you're really good at, as well as what you enjoy. And then I just want you to get out of your head, make 5 videos, post them, and I promise you one of them is gonna do pretty well. And all you have to do is double down on that, keep learning, keep posting, and then one day you'll get to be alone in your apartment eating cake, talking to a camera. Please like and subscribe. Also, if you do want even more help, I'm actually happy to take a look at your social media profile. If you drop your handle below, I'll take a look at your page and your content and actually give you some advice via the comments of what I think you might be able to do better.